Good morning, everyone. I hope you are all doing wonderful today. I'm Fahim. Welcome back to Tasty Rides, and today we are driving my 2021 Acura TLX with ASPEC. I could not find my GoPro for the life of me. It has been a week since I could find it, and I have not been recording any of the videos that I said I would be recording. But right now we're going to be talking about what it's been like owning the Acura TLX ASPEC, would I recommend it, things to look out for, and just talk in general. Damn, it's right here. It is currently 7:56 a.m. I have work at 9:30, trying to get there 30 to 40 minutes ahead of time, especially with traffic. It's like, I don't want to risk it. And is this really the quickest path? Are you lying to me? We'll take the highway. We'll take the highway. It's fine. I'm probably gonna be sitting in traffic for a lot of the time. Let's throw this baby into sport, or actually into individual. So there's some engine sounds, so it's not just me yapping. And I might honestly take those down because I know it's probably gonna be really distracting in the video and someone's gonna comment on it. But I have owned the Acura TLX ASPEC for just under 2 years now. I got it in October of 2023. It is currently May of 2025. I bought it with 36,000 miles. I currently have 60,653 miles. So I think I'm slightly qualified to talk about it, especially in that little time span that I've driven that much. It's been wonderful. I'm very happy to have this car. It's very nice inside. A lot of leather, a lot of metal bits everywhere. Feels wonderful. It has a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4, the K20 C6, I believe it is. So it's a Type R variant. Just definitely not as powerful or built to support all that power. I'm probably not going to take those down. Someone's going to bother me about it. It's fine. You can deal with it. But yeah, from factory, it's supposed to have 272 horsepower, 280 pound-feet of torque. Those are, of course, factory specifications. How accurate that is up for debate. Because I have the engine in sport mode, it's actually running the tune, which is a K-Tuner Stage 2. The horsepower, torque figures, I'm honestly up in the air about. If I remember to, I'll edit the screenshot onto here and you guys can take a look at it for yourselves. I believe it is a dyno run, so to the engine, things could be a lot different. To the crank, it could be a lot different. And I'm not really sure about the factory specs. It's definitely not on a dyno, definitely to the crank. So I'm not sure. I just know it makes more power than factory. It's definitely a lot quicker on acceleration. Turbo ramp up is absurdly fast compared to factory. You can definitely feel a boost. Tire spin happens at any speed. You can, if it was from factory, the only time you're ever gonna get tire spin is if I slam the gas, just because. If it's with the tune, let's say I'm at like 20, let's say I'm at 40, if I hit it, my tires will spin just because there's no grip that I'm going to be getting. And it is running the factory spec OEM tires, which are the Turanza. I know they're from Bridgestone and they're rated for 160 miles per hour. So I bought this car October 2023 because my Honda CR-V was unfortunately totaled. This is definitely a big change from that. First of all, it's a sedan, it's not a SUV, and I'm so happy about not driving an SUV anymore. I feel like a real driver, that my opinion matters. I also feel like I get honked at less. I don't want to be a part of the SUV. I don't want to be part of the I'm telling you, I'm already rolling and it'll spin. I don't want to be part of the SUV curse. I don't like SUVs. The CRV though has a special place in my heart. We got it before COVID when things were good. My family just had their restaurant. Things were looking great. I was in a somewhat happy moment in my life. I was just getting over my mental health not being the greatest, but it still wasn't the best. I don't know. I was an arrogant, annoying, dumb child. And at least I'm able to understand that I was like that and grow better from it. But yeah, Honda CR-V was great. It was an SUV, 1.5 liter turbo, barely any power. It was a CVT, but you know, it was fun, and it was the car that I really learned to drive in. I drove all the way to we drove together to Louisiana. I drove all the way to Orlando by myself from Miami for Halloween Horror Nights, and I spent a lot of time with friends, and then spent some of my months of me working a proper job with it, and then it crashed, which was very scary. I blacked out, and I honestly don't know what happened. No one was hurt. I actually came out unscathed. So my dad took it as a very big moment to bring up religion a lot, because I came out completely unscathed with, yeah, that's God's mercy right there. Car totaled, of course. It was more total because they decided to, so the car flipped over and they decided to use the arms of life. I don't know if they just weren't, if procedure just didn't allow me to get, like, to open the side door, because I'm pretty sure the other side would have been completely fine to open up. But yeah, the second they decided to use arm to life, the car got totaled because he just destroyed the frame. Otherwise, I feel like the car would have been fine. But that's something in the past. It didn't hurt my insurance because with Progressive, they have a thing where every 10 years, if you have a major crash, they don't really hold it against you under certain circumstances, something like that. But I just know that our insurance didn't really go for it, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I ended up getting this. I was originally going to get a 2020 something Honda Accord, but with 2-liter turbo, but it was the same price as getting an A-Spec. In retrospect, I think the Accord might have been a better purchase, just because I think parts are actually somewhat cheaper, just because the Accord is more readily available. But you know, I get a bit more power from factory. It's an Acura. It's very nice, and everyone compliments the car. So there's that. And also, that car does come standard with adaptive dampers, as far as I'm aware. This car only comes with adaptive dampers if you buy the SH all-wheel drive. Oh my god, my nose is itchy. Which unfortunately I don't have. I didn't know about that when I was purchasing the car. But yeah, I wanted to get an Accord. My dad's like, "Oh, you're getting a real estate license. Might as well get an Acura. Same price." He helped me with getting the car. The insurance obviously paid out the previous car's financing, and then they gave us a check for $14,000. Put it towards the car because it was $34, including taxes and everything, because we got the car down to like $30 or something. And just been making payments since. Payments are like just under $400, like $380, $390, and then I'm putting an additional 100 something, so that it comes out to be like a $500 payment per month, just so we can speed it up a little bit, pay off the principal a little bit quicker. I'm looking to pay this off next year, I hope. I hope that works out. Long term, I do want to trade this car in for the Acura TLX Type S. But that's my little story of how I got into this car. I just realized I've been yapping everything that has nothing to do with what it's really like to own this car. Anyways, yeah, it's a front-wheel drive. It's not an all-wheel drive. Do I really regret that? No. In hindsight, I've already gotten 2 tires that I've had to replace because of a pothole that killed me at only 15 to 20 miles per hour. It really annoyed me. I was having a really sour day, and it made it so much worse because I needed the 2 tires in my alignment, and that was like an $800 job, which was not fun. The all-wheel drive is slightly slower on a 0 to 60, but I've heard it's so much more fun to drive. Cornering is fantastic. Launching is fantastic. the 0 to 60 doesn't really matter. If you go off of 0 to 60 stats, not a car person, you're a nerd. But yeah, the all-wheel drive also comes with the adaptive dampers, which means that there's a little knob right here, the dynamic mode. If I were to turn it with the with having the adaptive dampers, I'd actually be able to adjust this so the car gets super soft and the steering wheel gets soft. Normal would be an in-between, like a normal car, and sport makes the steering wheel already super tight. It's a variable steering wheel, which is actually really nice, even though I'm against everything electronic. And the car would get super stiff too. But this car is obviously set at one suspension. Doesn't have the adaptive damper, so it can't get more cushioned or a little bit tighter. But it feels fantastic. The only thing, I've complained about this a lot, but the car definitely is stiff. But I feel like maybe I've just been driving in a SUV for so long, because that CR-V was incredibly smooth and soft, and obviously it's a CVT, so like, you know, that's like the whole element they were going for, is that this car is so soft and smooth. That's what you want it. But now that I've driven a lot more cars, I can definitely say this car is wonderful. It drives very smooth. Just not all roads are designed the best. I mean, especially if you live in like a smaller state, smaller than Florida, you definitely have a lot less roads. You probably have more of your budget towards maintaining those roads, because it's such an important piece of infrastructure. You don't have any alternatives. That cop scared the shit out of me. Bro, I've never seen motorcycle cops until recently. He's scaring me. Bro, I haven't seen motorcycle cops until recently, when I had to take my partner up to, like, past Orlando, because she just moved here from Idaho, and she didn't have her license here. And we'd spend months trying to get it, but it was such a difficult, like, experience. And then we couldn't get a DMV appointment, because they're all getting scalped and resold, and the ones that are getting resold are getting canceled, because you're not allowed to resell them. And, yeah, I was up in Orlando. I wasn't paying attention. I was going a bit fast in the right lane. Bro, this sheriff came out of nowhere and was right behind me, and I'm like, fuck. I start slowing down, and he's like, and I'm like, he could have pulled me over, but I was definitely speeding enough to be pulled over, but that guy was very nice. Yeah, you know, every single time I have an interaction with an officer, I've yet to get a ticket, like, formally, besides one time, which is when this car got towed. That's a whole different story. But yeah, cars feels pretty good. The second I hit potholes, it feels horrible, because you can feel it all the way through your skull. It's pretty low to the ground. My friends complain about it. My partner complains about it. And the thing is, I want to lower it a little bit more, just so that I get an even tighter, more fun, like, you know, raw experience. It's just wonderful having a car that's pretty low. I probably won't, just because I do plan to trade this in, and I want to prevent any damage I'm going to cause to it. I feel like that's something I'd probably do, like, if I were to get like a GR86 or a project car, or anything that I don't really care about, you know, throwing around. I don't really care about, like, it getting damaged a bit, just because, you know, it is a car, I'm going to drive it. But this car, I kind of want to keep it in decent condition, just because the mileage is high. I might as well keep cosmetic, mechanical in good shape. Steering is wonderful. The steering wheel is wonderful. It's wonderfully designed. It feels lovely. It's leather. There's plush leather absolutely everywhere. We have red lights at our highway, which is okay. There we go. Believe it or not, I haven't been speeding. It's just the car sounds wonderful. I do have an EOS exhaust muffler delete, axle black. This car is a dual exhaust. I think the V6 might actually be a dual exhaust. This is not a real dual exhaust, because it only comes from one side. It is designed like that though, and obviously has tips on either side. The exhaust not only removes the mufflers, but it changes the design of the actual tips, so that they're like cylinder exhaust tips, but not like the big fat ones, the meaty ones that Acura makes from factory, which are wonderful. I would actually love to change these to the Type S exhaust, to just the entire exhaust system, because basically a bolt-on. It looks wonderful. It sounds wonderful. Acura was cooking. I don't know why they didn't put this on this, but on the refresh they did, similar to it. The stock exhaust on this looks like shit. And if I'm being honest, I wouldn't really recommend a muffler delete. I was a kid. I'm still a kid. I just wanted it to be a little bit louder. I was really debating on it, and at some point I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do a straight pipe. So glad I did it. That's so cringe. It's just loud. It's just noise. It's just a Mopar. But yeah, I'm happy that I did the muffler delete. I did it myself at home, which I don't really have much experience with cars. As much as I am a fan of them, I just haven't had that much of time to really do stuff myself, and I'd love to do some more. But yeah, I would actually recommend just saving up and doing a full exhaust. This guy's just speeding over. Okay. And this is when it gets archaically slow, and we sit in traffic on the I-95 as a parking lot. Also, I saw this post recently. I don't know what it is with people getting like so personal about how you call things. Like, I'm supposed to call it the 95 or I-95. Apparently saying the makes it so you're a foreigner and not from Florida. But to be fair though, please don't visit Florida with full. God, I love this car. Yeah, I did do a muffler delete. EOS exhaust. I have a K&N cold air intake. I have a K-Tuner Stage 2 tune, which I did mention earlier. Ramped up the turbo, made the throttle a lot more aggressive and instant. There's still lag. There's gonna be lag. It's also a 4-cylinder turbo, which trying to push this heavy car, by the way. This car is so heavy. It's almost 2 tons. It's almost 4,000 pounds. The Type S is over 4,000 pounds, like 42, 43. But yeah, this car I think is like 37 to 39. Ooh, there's a GRE6. It looks nice. This car is heavy. It's too heavy. They need to do like some weight reduction if they ever if they do continue the TLX. I know it's been kind of slow sales, so they might cancel it, but it's so heavy. This car feels wonderful. Major issue, by the way, interior is small. The cabin is like smaller than a Civic, and the body's bigger than an Accord. I don't know how they managed to do that. And then the trunk, the back looks like it should be a fastback, but it's a traditional sedan trunk, and they should honestly change it to be like a hatch, because you can't get things inside. I used the car to help my friend transfer an entire couch. He took one half, I took the other somehow. It was awful. It's all scratched up, the trunk on the interior, not the exterior. But it was a rough experience trying to get this to move all the way over there. The car's wonderful. I do have physical gauges. I have a little screen in the middle. My infotainment is it's a 10 inch, I think a 10 point something inch display. The new ones do have like a 12 inch. The size is perfectly fine. The borders look fine. The touch interface is fine. The speakers are incredible, bro. Oh my god. All I yap about when I'm in another car is, oh my god, I miss the speakers from my car. When I get back in the car, I talk about how wonderful the speakers are. But my girlfriend's the one that I'm always with, and she doesn't notice. It makes me so sad. But if you watch any review of the TLX, everyone talks about how wonderful the speakers are. You know, the second I need it to turn into a parking lot, like when it's convenient for me, is when it's moving a little bit. I have lotion on the side. My daily carry in the car, my left side, is a bottle of lotion and a med kit, and on my right it is safe for hands wipes, and I think I keep tampons and pads in case anyone's ever in the car needs it. And then my glove box is I think Excedrin, ibuprofen. Oh wait, Excedrin is ibuprofen, isn't it? I can't remember. I have Excedrin, some I think Tylenol, probably Advil, and probably what other thing? Benadryl, and packing tape. And then I think I have like floss and a bunch of other stuff. I'm prepared, man. I'm telling you. I'm trying to. This is my daily baby. You know, I take it everywhere. I haven't left the state of Florida with it yet. I've driven all over though. My family's been looking to get into a business. We used to have a restaurant, which kind of went bust. All of our friends' families, they're doing well financially because they all have a bunch of stores. You know, some of them have dozens of gas stations, supermarket, grocery stores, laundromats, this and that. We were trying to get into a gas station. I did mention I have my real estate license, which I was using to try to get access to some of these that were for sale or getting ready for lease. And last year, in like 3 months, we drove like, I think 14,000 miles in a few months just in Florida, just trying to look around, and not all like in the same area, everywhere. I looked everywhere. I just didn't look all the way on like the peninsula. I didn't look all the way on the peninsula. That's not the name. What am I saying? I didn't look all the way on the actual gun part of the gun. I looked on the handle of Florida. Yeah, I looked everywhere on the West Coast, Central Florida. Drove a lot of Central Florida. It's crazy because now, like, when we went to go get my girlfriend's license, I recognized some of these areas, and I'm like, yikes, I've driven too much around here. Oh my gosh. I recently took the car through West Palm Beach, which is wonderful. If you're ever visiting, take a drive through West Palm Beach. See some beautiful houses. It's a beautiful town or city. Very nice. I went to West Palm Beach twice recently. I also drove through like all of Miami, but not like in the city area, like more towards the beaches, and like I don't know what that's called. It's like Old Cutler Road. I drove on some old road, and I was just driving by mansions and massive houses all the way. Drove a lot through Coral Gables. Florida has a lot of beautiful areas. Miami has a lot of beautiful areas, so you just have to know. Because if you're driving the wrong areas in Miami, it's just ghetto everywhere, which sucks, but oh well. I live very close to the beach. I get beautiful views all day, beautiful little towns. We have Sunny Isle, Surfside, Ball Harbor, Miami Beach. You have downtown, Brickell. You have Biscayne Boulevard all the way through. You have Little River. Everyone's a nice area. Coral Gables I rarely get to because that's far. Aventura, I love driving through Aventura. Have the mall. Go there all the time. Man. Major issues I've had with this car from when I first bought it. I bought it and then immediately the speakers gave out. So the ELS Studio sound system is a 17 speaker system. Sounds incredible. Oh my god, bro, you don't understand. You need to sit a TLX or an MDX because that actually has, I think, 18 or 19 speakers. The MDX you have to do earlier because they don't have ELS anymore, but the older models do, like 2021 to 2023. You need to sit in that and listen to some music, man. Sounds so good. It's crazy. And none of that Spotify bullshit or YouTube Music bullshit. You need some Apple Music or some Tidal, maybe even Deezer. Play some music through one of those, get a free trial. Woo! Actually, this car was the entire reason that I switched to Tidal for a bit, but then I found out that there's a 10,000 song limit on what you can save to your library, which is total bullshit. So I'm never going back to Tidal, even though I've talked about how I wanted to switch to them for a long time, but that happened. I'm like, never mind. And then I had Apple Music for a bit, and then I canceled because if you use Siri, for some reason, oh my god, for a while, it would only play censored songs, and it sucked because some censored songs, it's not like, oh, I need cursing in my music. It's that the edited versions are sometimes an afterthought. They sound terrible. Like, they just bleep them out or like edit them funny so they sound stupid. And there's some songs like I know the lyrics and yeah, they curse and it's like throws me off. just does a terrible job. Or some songs it won't play because there's no uncensored version. Bro, you're not wearing a helmet? You're not even dressed for the slide. What is this? I haven't been paying attention to what's been driving by, but probably because nothing nice has been driving by. You know, one problem with me driving with this type of view is that if I do see a cool car, or if I'm looking at a nice spot, you guys can't see it. Maybe like once I get on like the bridge towards the water, I'll just flip the camera so you guys can see how beautiful it looks. Oh my gosh. Yelling like crazy. I'm so glad I left the house early because our garage for work just changed companies, and I was gone for a week in Idaho for visiting my my other side of my family, and for to celebrate her birthday. And dude, it changed while I was gone. I tried doing whatever I could off my phone, but I'm worried that I'm gonna have to pay for parking, either at the garage or like public parking is probably gonna be cheaper, probably more convenient. It's not gonna be cheap, and then I'll just have to fix that issue because I work again tomorrow and then the day after I have a break. Oh my gosh. But yeah, the speakers, as I was saying, yeah, they basically unplugged themselves, like killed themselves. Basically, there's the tuner box hidden somewhere behind all the dashboard trim and whatever, and connected to it is using something called a FARCA connector. If you've had certain cars like the Honda Odyssey, I think, and some other cars like SUVs and stuff, the FARCA connector is this very prone to failure connector. It gets loose or it breaks. It's a very stiff connection or something, and the cable runs in this car are like very tight. Now they have slack inside to prevent them from disconnecting. But yeah, it just basically shit itself. All you hear is like pebbles. When you play music, it sounds like, and when you're driving, it sounds like there's pebbles hitting your windshield, and it's just so annoying. Like, I don't know, it's not like a perfect pitch that's like frustrating. And it's annoying because I just bought the car, within a week the music stopped working. I'm like, oh my god. I tried playing radio. Oh, here's the worst part. The speakers are always connected because you have so many different alert systems in the car, and they make an audible noise. So when you turn off the sound, it turns off the music coming from your phone, or it turns off, like, you know, the FM radio, AM radio, Bluetooth, CarPlay, Android Auto, or Sirius XM. It doesn't turn off the speakers. So it'll keep playing that annoying sound as you're driving, and it's such a pain. And then the other thing, I already just came out of an accident. I wasn't feeling so great. I really didn't want to drive, but I needed to go back to work and like get over it. And the brakes failed, bro. The brake booster was not working. I had to smash my foot in. I'm on the highway, and if you've ever driven in Florida, or you've driven in like a big city, you know the whole like the fake traffic. Like, there's so much fake traffic. Like right now, a portion of this traffic is caused by someone driving stupidly, and it's just leading on for the rest of the day. That's probably where a lot of the traffic comes from. There's a capacity issue in Miami. There's not enough capacity for all these cars, and genuinely the majority of these people should not have a license. But I just remembered I have to go to the beach. I don't know why I'm driving straight forward. But yeah, a lot of the traffic is caused by phantom traffic, like just BS driving. So there's a lot of like, oh, it goes smooth, and all of a sudden it just halts. So you can't be driving stupid, and you can't be driving at close distance, because you're gonna hit someone if you're driving like that all day. I always drive with decent distance. Like I know when it's gonna be like that, and I don't look at the car in front of me. I look at the car, a few cars in front of me, to try to tell, like, you know, how's it going? Like, is something gonna happen? That's probably a good idea, by the way, to try to pay attention to the cars further in front of you. That's why I hate driving behind trucks and stuff like that. SUVs are okay. Cars are perfect, but trucks are horrible because you can't see what's happening ahead of you. But yeah, you know, it starts stop traffic. It goes from like 50, 60 down to 0, 50, 60, 0, 50, 60, 0, 20, 50, 0, 20, 50, 20, 50. And all of a sudden, my brakes, I'm just like smashing them in. They sound like track pads. It sounded terrible. Because I'm just sliding with the brakes, like in something like that. I can't remember. I just remember sliding and barely not hitting the car in front of me. And my friend to my right was like, oh, you know, he's got good brakes because you can hear them. And I'm like, that is not, it's not, It's not a good thing. I think the pads were fine. I don't know why they were squealing. So I understand what the brake booster is. I just don't understand why it made a noise at all. I'd assume if your brake booster's out, you're just not going to be hitting the brake. So I don't know if the brake was like slightly applied and not just sliding, so that's all you could hear. Because I'm not actually braking, I'm just sliding. I don't know. I probably sound stupid right now. That's why I admitted at the beginning, like, I love cars and I understand them. I just don't understand them enough because I haven't worked on them. To be fair, I could learn more from YouTube videos. I've watched so many YouTube. My entire YouTube recommendation feed is cars, computers, very little to do with gaming now, and then like random hobbies like watches, clothes, cologne. That's about it. But yeah, those two issues. Had to leave the car for 2 weeks because the brake booster had to be ordered. Mind you, again, about the car, 36,000 miles. That was scary that was a problem. Other issues with the car that I've still had, the sound system still sounds fine, but the infotainment I think is the problem. It'll just lag out, and this car was built right after COVID, like coming out of it, so that might be why, because of the processor shortage. I don't know if they had to downgrade the processor from what it's supposed to be. That's like been one major reason that I've been like, do I want the updated infotainment system? Because the problem is it removes the physical gauges and it's digital. I hate that. I love the fact that these are physical and there's something there when it's off and I actually see the needle. But the updated system does have a better processor, which probably fixes all the issues, and it has wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, which this car does not have wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. Like, what? This is an expensive car. It doesn't have that, which is crazy to me. And I did try using a wireless dongle. I think I made like a 5-minute stupid video on one of my channels. Like, guys, I got rid of it because it doesn't work well. But yeah, I refuse to use those dongles because it's an awful experience, especially with my partner, or like if my dad borrows the car on rare occasion, or if my friends are in the car and they want to put their phone for music. It doesn't work because it's just an awful experience trying to manage. Hold up. I hate it. But yeah, those have been two massive issues. The processor, because of that, it'll make like robotic sounds at a random occasion. I noticed it more when it's like at the beginning of the drive, like maybe something has to like give or sit. I don't really understand it. Oh my god, y'all really should not have licenses. But yeah, that's been major two things. The lane keep assist is sometimes a little scary. The car doesn't see ghosts too often. It's kind of rare, but it does see ghosts on occasion. It does have a pedestrian detection system, or like a front and back like parking assist, so it has sensors for distance. Works pretty well. Again, it sees ghosts on rare occasion. That's only really been an issue if I'm parked, or if like I'm sitting at 0 miles per hour, like if my foot's on the brake. Not really while driving. My CRV, before that accident happened, it was seeing ghosts like left and right. So maybe that was a sign that something bad was about to come up. Like I was supposed to become a ghost, and I lived. I don't know. I'm trying to make fun of myself, trying to make light of the situation. But yeah, lane keep assist, a little scary at times. I'm trying to think. It's like a major issue. I've had some other problems. Oh, each mirror has a puddle light under it. They don't work. It's been a big problem with them, and when you go to the dealership, they're like, we don't really have a solution. It's like, oh my god. They have an updated part number, but they're like back ordered or something, which is crazy to me, because it's like, your guys are literally producing cars right now with this part. You should have them readily available, but I guess not. But that was months ago. I haven't bothered going back to the dealership just for that little thing. The other thing is that this car does have a start-stop engine, unfortunately. So it has a start-stop battery, and apparently the start-stop battery in my car has a recall. I didn't see it when I like look up my VIN number, so I'm not sure what that's about. I know the FARCA connector, they sent out letters about it to do warranty claims. In case you paid for it, they have to pay you back. But the start-stop battery, for the longest time, it just stopped working. So like even if I stopped, it would always be warming up or charging, or system isn't ready. And I think when I went to tune the car, I actually charged the battery for like a long time to try to keep the battery running, because otherwise it could die. And if it's doing it mid tune, mid ECU flash, it could kill it. Like I could end up having to tow the car to the dealership to reprogram the computer. I've heard that when that does happen, it does have a safe recovery mode that it defaults to, but I'm not sure about that, so I didn't take a risk, and I still have the battery charger somewhere. After that, after a few times of me tuning it and charging it, it seems to have fixed it. But apparently, it's still like a recall, like when I went to go take it. And whenever I do get an oil change, which I know, I haven't been doing it myself. I'll be honest there, I've been taking it to Valvoline. I don't know why, they don't test consistently. Like I literally did an oil change yesterday, and I saw the different tests they were like, documenting, and I don't think they did the battery test. But yeah, when they did the battery test, they're telling me how like my battery's bad, I needed to change. I'm like, oh, it's fine. The car starts up perfectly fine every single time. I've never had really any power issues, but it is like a tiny concern that I'm not too worried about. I think next time I take the car to the dealership, just maybe for a transmission service, or see about my infotainment doing that robotic thing, or the maps on the infotainment, which by the way, this car has too many subscriptions. I'll get into that in a second. But yeah, there's a few things, like a few concerns I have about the car. My back right door isn't perfectly sealed. I'm actually gonna go get this fixed soon, because I'm so over it. It's been a problem for a long time, but I just kept putting off things. But now I've been trying to fix everything with my car slowly. I had these like clear guards or protectors for the 4 doors. They were this nasty color. I kind of got it with the car like that from the previous owner, and I just never thought to take them off. There's apparently 2 types. One that's like a soft, like silicone feeling one, and there's one that gets hard with time. And my friend scared me because he told me that, if I try to do it, you can't take it off, it's gonna destroy the paint. I was under that assumption for a long time, so I didn't even look it up. And I just took I bought a heat gun, and I think I could have honestly peeled it off without the heat gun, but I did it, and then I detailed the car, I cleaned it up, and now the car looks nicer. I have these stupid little stickers on the wheels, I'm assuming from an alignment, or it's just like the factory sticker that never got taken off. And I've seen a few TLXs with it, and I just never took it off, and I finally took it off, and the car looks nicer. But yeah, back right door, I don't know if that's a mass issue. I know I've heard people talk about like panel gaps being a slight problem on these cars, but yeah, no, I need to get that fixed, because I'm so over it. It makes wind noise at high speed, and it just kind of ruins the car, especially because it's supposed to have an active noise cancellation system, and it doesn't work because of that. So I don't know, maybe make the car quieter, which, yeah, it's super quiet for factory, so I did the exhaust of the cold air intake. Oh, this traffic is killing me, man. I'm glad I left the house early though, because if I didn't, I'd be so cooked right now. I'm trying to get to the right lane, but I don't think I'm gonna get any videos of the water, unfortunately. But yeah, that's been that. Gas mileage has been okay. I get like 25, 26 miles per gallon. Obviously, I sit in a lot of traffic day to day. A lot less than the average person, because usually going in or going out, I have no traffic. And recently, with my new job, I usually work evening or night shifts, so I don't really have traffic. The major traffic that I sit in is because the highway is getting basically like rebuilt. The interchange, called the Golden Glades interchange, and the Miami downtown 395, 95 Dolphin Expressway. I'm trying to get a slight little video of what my view is every day going to work. Not this guy, he's not a typical daily view. But yeah, I don't know how well you guys can see, considering the stupid mount that I'm using for the phone. But it looks a lot nicer in person. I know the camera doesn't really do justice. And obviously I have it at an angle, but you guys probably don't want to see the cars all over in front of me. It's nothing special to see today, unfortunately. I just want to show you guys really quickly. But yeah, I have that door that I need to fix. My side panel, actually, for where the door handles are, that thing completely like popped out for a long time, and I fixed it with some squeegees and these little metal bits that I got from Harbor Freight. It doesn't look perfect, but if I took it to Acura, they'd probably charge an absurd amount to fix that. So that is something I do need to fix properly one day. These little trims on top of the door handles on the back side looks bad from the previous owner. I think they had a dog in the car, and he or she shoved their nails into the door. And you know, that's something it's cosmetic. I notice it when I go back there, but I've rarely ever sat back there, so I forget about it. But it's something that I hate, and I need to change one day. The car, most of it is perfectly fine. Both of the side skirts, they are like all scratched up. They're like destroyed. I'll more worry about that if I ever do get the side skirts, the factory ones from Acura, the like upgraded ones that look nice at this like black bit. But they're like $700. I'm not trying to spend that much. Maybe I will if I find them for super cheap. There's also a front splitter. I do want to get that. Oh, the front bumper is like all done for. It needs to get redone. And there's like some micro dents on it and stuff. It looks rough, both from the previous owner and from me. I think the micro dent, probably the previous owner maybe like hit something or something flew at the car. But it's a bit scratched up. The front of this car is so low. Oh my God, I hate it. Bro, I'm talking about how this car is low and I love it. The front is too low compared to the back from the design. I've scraped it a few times. So yeah, that needs to get redone for sure. I have this weird like residue on the back right tail light that I haven't been able to get out. So that's something I do have to bring up when I do the paint correction or a detail from someone else. And there's like this little blotch on my trunk that's like missing paint. I don't know, it looks very very particular. I've never seen that on someone else's car. Car's fine. I like driving it. I get 25, 26 miles per gallon. The most I've gotten with those like road trips I did all the time, and like when I drive, you know, without traffic and I leave it on like cruise control or something, I definitely can hit 36. I've definitely been able to hit 36 if I'm going less than like, if I'm going 70. If I'm going 80, 90, if I'm going 80, it'll hit like 30 to 35. But it can be pretty, like, even though it's a heavy car, it's still an inline 4 and turbocharged, so it can be very efficient from time to time. So it's not bad on gas when it's like that, but if you're driving it aggressively every day, like you're trying to hear the sounds all the time, you're only going to get like 19 miles per gallon, 18 miles per gallon. I've gotten that low a few times before, which, you know, gets really expensive, especially because it's up to like a 16-gallon tank. It can take 87. They recommend 91. I have a tune. For the tune, I need to have 91 or higher. I only put 93 because we don't have 91 readily available. For Florida, it's 87, 89, and 93 usually. Very rare gas stations have 91. Same with like ethanol free. It's not very common. But yeah, I always put 93 in the car, so it's always more expensive. Oh my God, this traffic's gonna kill me, man. I don't usually work in traffic hours, so this is like a new sight for me to see for the first time in a while. But I have a few of these early shifts these next few weeks. You know what? I can't complain. I get very nice views along the way. It's very nice. If I took the local way, it would have been even nicer, but I'd be more scared to drive doing this. On the highway, I'm fine. I'm not really looking at the camera, but I don't know. Somehow this is going to screw me over. Next up for this car, I'm just looking to fix it up. My steering wheel is also cooked, by the way. From the previous owner, there's like this like giveaway at the top of the leather. You can't see it. It's on this side. It looks horrible. And at the bottom, it's all scratched up just from like, again, I use this car. But when I first got the car, I was very stupid. Bro, I hate Altimas. Oh, there's all this debris flying at me because this stupid Altima just drove on this shoulder. bro. It's like cut up. I'm gonna change the steering wheel. It's only $100. Yeah, the steering wheel I'm gonna change. I'm gonna have the car detailed, obviously, fix the micro dents because I have 2 of them. One on the front bumper, one the back right or the right door from a truck that hit it on the first week of me owning the car. Bro, so much happened in like the first 2 weeks of me owning the car. It makes me so sad, but I'm here to fix it up, especially if I do end up selling it or even trading it in. I do want to replace the steering wheel. I want to do the heated one, but that's like a $500 job, not including installation, because I don't know if I'm gonna do it. We'll see, but I'll probably just replace the steering wheel with the OEM one. It's like $100. Obviously the paint and restoration, fix any scratches, fix the bumper, the 2 micro dents, have the car detailed at some point. That back panel that I was talking about with the nails, we'll see how much that will cost to fix. The back right is where it popped out, so we'll see if I can fix that like properly so it looks perfect. And just take care of the car. I mean, we'll see how many miles I add on to it in the end. Maybe like, I feel like I'm gonna end up trading this in before $100,000 before 100,000 miles. The reason I want to trade it in is because I do want a TLX Type S. It's my dream daily car at the moment. That might change, but I absolutely love the Acura. It's wonderful. Not that many people really drive Acuras or really talk about them. It's always any other car. I think it's a very underrated, and I love it. So, you know, I want to get the TLX. It'll have the SH all-wheel drive, which is going to be a new experience for me. That's going to have different tires. It has summer tires on it. It has different wheels, which look wonderful. The Type S just overall is a higher trim. If I get the before 2024, different. 2024 after, it's a little bit different. The Type S, I'm not too worried about. If you're getting a TLX ASPEC, for sure get the 2024 or after, just because you're gonna have a lot less problems. Updated infotainment. Yeah, I know you don't get the physical gauges, but I think it's worth it for you in the end. The design overall is slightly updated. The front bumper for my one has like this shield. It doesn't look the greatest. That one doesn't. It's just the logo itself. The millimeter wave is built into. Has an updated grille. It's bezel-less. They kind of reworked the hood and everything. Looks nice. The sides, I believe they reworked a little bit. It has updated wheels. Has updated exhaust tips, which look nicer. Again, the infotainment's bigger. It's wireless. Updated processor. It's overall just reworked a little bit, so it's a little bit better. On the fly update LEDs in the car. The gauge cluster, yeah, it's all digital, but I think overall package is better. It comes standard SH all-wheel drive and adaptive dampers, so comfort, normal, sport, all actually have different driving characteristics, and you do have an individual that you can tune. So if you want a sporty engine but you want a cushy ride, you can do that. Oh, but I think the engine reflects that. I'm actually not sure how the individual works when it comes to the drive comfort. Could be tied to the steering wheel. I think it's tied to the steering wheel most likely, because that'd be weird if you have a tight steering wheel and it's very cushioned. Oh, also avoid the 2021 model year. That's what I have. That's the one that commonly has the brake, what's it called? The brake booster problem. There's also this thing where like the brakes are super loud and they make this sound, which is horrifying. There's no fix for it. If you go to a dealership, they basically tell you to screw yourself, because there's no fix, nothing they can do for you for it. It's just like a problem with the car, because the brake system is built after like the NSX, and I don't know, it's a whole mess. Don't get a 2021. If you're getting a Type S, just look out for what you're doing, but I wouldn't get a TLX ASPEC. I wouldn't get TLX 2021 in general, especially an early on model, unless you know what you're doing. If you're in the market for a Type S, a lot of the titles are salvage, rebuilt, or stolen, so keep out for that. I don't know why, it's just a commonly stolen car, but to be fair, there's not a lot of TLXs. Oh my god, my nose is itchy. I don't know what it is causing my nose to like flare up. But yeah, I do want to get a Type S because it's going to have the adaptive dampers. It's going to have the SH all-wheel drive, the different tires. It's going to have a V6. It's a 10-speed automatic transmission, but it's going to have a V6. Bro. This car car sounds wonderful at any speed, at any RPM. Yeah, it's gonna have a V6, which is like, you know, a different experience for me. A lot more to work with, a lot more power, a lot more fun. So, but my dream car right now for the, instead of this TLX for a daily driver, it's actually the 2023 Acura TLX Type S PMC edition in Long Beach Blue Pearl. Bro, the clear coat on that, it literally extends to the interior of the engine bay. It looks wonderful. It's a beautiful color. It's still pearlescent, so it looks really nice. Of course, as a car pulled over, and he didn't pull over to the side, he pulled over in the middle of the fucking road. As I guess the first time I've cursed properly in the video, because that pisses me off. Oh my god. I'm on this road right now with just 2 lanes. And it gets off the highway. There's nowhere to cut around really, except for the neighborhood. I try to avoid going through the neighborhood. And the left lane's always stuck, because once you get towards the light, it's 3 lanes, because the left is a turning lane. There's always a bunch of people queued up to turn. And this guy's in the right lane, so it causes even more traffic than there already is. Oh my god. Dude, I know darn well you could have pulled over. Who's honking? And for what? What are we supposed to do with the car that's in the middle of the road? But yeah, clear coat extends all over the car. The interior, like on my car, there's 3 versions. There's the red seats, the guts, there's the white orchid, and there's the black. On the Long Beach Blue Pearl, the white seats, the stitching is also blue. It looks wonderful. And the steering wheel, all the stitching in the car is actually blue. That's the only car you can get that on. And the steering wheel is also blue, which looks really nice. Unfortunately, the gauges are red, but I don't know how well blue gauges would work. It could be a little bit more difficult to read, but I think it would look cool. If I could mod it with the blue gauges, I think that'd be pretty sick. That one is a 2023. It's before the refresh, so no updated infotainment, but I don't really care. It's whatever. No wireless CarPlay. Sucks, but I can handle it. That'd be really nice, though. But yeah, that's my dream car right now. There's so few of them. PMC editions, 1 of 350. There's 4 colors. There is Long Beach Blue Pearl. I think there's 110R, 130R, 120R. Can't remember. It's a color from the NSX. All of them are colors from the NSX, I believe. And there's a red color, which I don't even know the name for. And there's also Gotham Gray, which is like a satin gray, which looks sick. But yeah, I want the PMC edition blue because it's an atypical color for the TLX. Like, it's rare. I think it's 1 of 100 for that color, and it extends into the interior being like slightly special, which is sick. You know, I never really care for white interiors, but in that car, I can feel it. You know, I want it. Yeah, that's something I'm hoping to get in the future. It's very expensive. They're still going for MSRP, so like 60 grand. They're usually all like 10 to 20K miles if they're not already rebuilt, stolen, or crashed. And they're kind of hard to find. I only found one in like over a month's time, which was in North Carolina, but I think it finally got sold. I think it got sold to a dealership near me, which is the dealership I bought this from, which is Acura Pembroke Pines. I saw it listed on there, and I went to go click on the listing, and it was gone. I'm like, oh my god, y'all knew I wanted the car, and this guy's in the crosswalk. And this guy's turning. Bro, do you know how many times the crosswalks go off in Miami Beach? Like, typically, it's like, I could kind of get it, because nothing, there's like never an opportunity to like actually walk on the crosswalk, because every city, like American cities just suck when it comes to pedestrians. But in Miami Beach, there's always a crosswalk opportunity. So you're just walking when there's like, finally the few cars can move, is so annoying. But obviously I'm gonna stop. Pedestrians always have the right of way, so I'm not trying to deal with any hitting up pedestrian charges, drive my insurance up even more. It's a shitty thing in general, but I'm not trying to deal with that. I'm not even gonna try to turn right now. I'm just gonna wait till the red light turns into a green arrow. Plus the person behind me is not even paying attention, so it's better for me. But Miami drivers are so aggressive, so normally I'd be honked at or yelled at, which sucks, but oh well. And this drive was like over an hour. It was supposed to take like 40 to 50 minutes. But this is definitely like an hour drive, which is crazy. Me talking to myself. That's another thing. I don't record these videos because I hate talking to myself. I know I look stupid and sound dumb. And I've yapped so much in this video, so I'm gonna have to add chapters because I know that 90% of you don't want to watch this whole video. But it's like, it's just so weird also driving without music. I'm so used to it, but driving without music and just hearing the car is such a delightful experience, especially when there's not too much honking. Besides those like fixing the car things, I also want to add a blow-off valve, a bypass valve, a Boomba Racing bypass valve. There's like this red anodized one, which I think would look great in this engine bay. I just don't want to put too much money into this car, especially if I'm going to get the Type S, because a lot of things aren't really interchangeable. Like the colder intake, I'm not going to do the exhaust on that car. That car's exhaust from factory sounds wonderful. About to pull up into the garage and find out like how this new system works, because I really don't have a clue. They said today was supposed to be like the official transition onto this new parking management company, so I don't know how it's gonna work. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm probably gonna be dropping a lot more videos. I have a video of me driving a Ram 1500 and a bunch of other stuff. Oh, it has advertising for the new one. So are the gates gone? Okay, cool. It just reads your license plate. There's this company called Metropolis. They have it in Miami World Center, which is this new outdoor mall that we have. And, well, I just got a notification on my phone, so we'll see how it goes. But, yeah, no, they just scan your plate. At least at the other one, it's just, what do you call it? They have a lot of, like, staff here today, making sure everything works. Oh, they refreshed a lot of signs. It looks nice in here. Whoa, they redid a lot of signs. No better spots, is there? I want to park on the second floor, or the third floor, sorry. I don't think I have much better parking options. We'll just park on the second floor. I also just love hearing the car echo with the little ref buys. Gosh. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Ram 1500 video. Just gonna be a voiceover because I didn't really get to record much. Again, I couldn't find my GoPro and I was with family the whole time, so it's kind of embarrassing to record. Might also record a video in a 2022 Honda CR-V, 2008 Honda Accord, 2016 Honda Civic, and then I do want to get some cars on Turo and stuff to record on. And like I said, blow-off valve or a bypass valve is probably the only thing I'm really looking to do next, besides maybe a tune, just because it's not so expensive to buy another tune for the car. That's about it. And then besides that, 2 years time, this is shaking way too much, it's pissing me off. In 2 years time, look out for me getting a 2018 Lexus RCF and a little bit after that, once I can afford it, because that's going to be expensive, a 2023 Acura TLX Type S PMC edition in Long Beach Blue Pearl.